Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back in Castle Flipper. We're going to be taking a look at what the Royal Landlord has for us today. If he's got another one, this will be build number 12. Oh! I don't have any more offers for you. Oh, he doesn't have any more offers for you. Let's look at the map then. So we've got all the traditional builds that we have. There we go! New city on the island. New city. Are you sure you want to go there? Of course I do. So this is now, Royal Landlord isn't specifically giving us any more builds, but we can now go to New City as a location on our mini-map. And for what other people have been saying, then this will just randomly generate a build for you in a similar vein to the ones that he gave us for purchase. But this time it's just random as to what you get. So we've got a wintry one with that building that looks a bit like a minaret-y mosque type tower. Ooh, right, so that's interesting. So I think what we might try and do today then is do a couple of these builds now from the map at New City and just get a feel for what we get. And then after that we'll probably go back and try and have a go at building our own castle. So now we've opened it up and you just keep randomly getting a new build. Oh, that's so clever. Oh, I really like that. That's a really clever idea for keeping the game going when you've got no new content, because you can just keep going. Because I mean, we've got our own city to build now, but we do have a limited amount of space. So unless you want to keep deleting it and restarting, which I imagine most people probably aren't going to want to do, there will come a time when you've got nothing else to do. So now we've got this plot where we can just keep coming, and every time we get inspired with a new thought of what we could build, we can just come here and have a go at building it. So you can just keep playing forever if you really want. That's cool. I like that. Alright, so let's clean up the whole plot first, and let's quickly build the house that they want us to build, and then we'll have a look at another plot just so we can get a feel for how this works, this randomised build idea. It's quite a simple way to add endgame content, to just keep going forever and ever, isn't it? And I really like, I think they were quite clever with that. Right, how are we doing? Have we got everything? Let's have a quick scan. Yep, I think we've got everything. Right, so they only need us to do a 5 foundation house. So let's do that. Let's keep it simple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and where shall we put 5? How about back? I think we want some fancy stairs to go up to that. Now we've tried that before, on this interior, because we've got a corner, look, there seem to be restrictions as to where you can put the stairs. The one location where I would most want them, it doesn't want me to have. So let me put them on the 2 sides, but not on the front. Not quite sure why it does that. I think we'll go in from the side, because then we can use that little, corner there as space for seating or something. Or a garden spot, or something like that. Right, so every other one we'll try and have a window, and then in the gaps between we'll do the solid walls. This is the way I always build, isn't it? I've got a way of building, I have a set way of building. I imagine everybody kind of has a preferred way to do the building. Let me know what your preferred method is. So we're going to go for the plaster this time, because it feels like a while since we did plaster. We've used quite a lot of the stone recently. I've had a run on stone because I just kind of felt like, oh, I like stone, let's do that. So let's do plaster this time. And then if we do a second house, maybe we'll use a different type of stone on that one. These are crisscrossy windows. I just feel like they're the most medieval windows, so I kind of want to use them on every build, but I try to resist. So we use the little uppy-downy roof, because that's a really simple one to add to any shape of building, so you know how to do that, yeah. So we'll make the whole house plaster. We're keeping it simple this time. So let's look from the outside. I do kind of like the way it goes up and down with the little triangles on the roof like that. Well, my footsteps sound really, really loud today. I'm sure they're not louder than normal, but they just sound really, really loud to me today. Right, we want a bed. Yes, the bright red one with the little blue edges, that's nice. It's a big splash pop of colour, isn't it, against the white walls. Right, so what do we want? We want one closet, so if we put that on this solid wall over here, we need to make sure we've got space to get around the bed. That kind of blocks off the other wall as well though, so we might need to move things. If we use this as a big cabinet, that would completely block that wall off. So how about if we put it under this window? Yeah, and then that beautiful white furniture kind of blends into the walls as well. Can we add like a little chest of drawers there and not block ourselves from access? Yes, I think that's going to work actually. Alright. Then we can do a kitchen on the back wall. Yeah, right here on this back wall, yeah. So that gives us the cabinets that we need, yeah. We need a lot of chairs though. We don't really have space for a big table to add like 6 chairs around it because we've got quite a small house. So we'll decorate with some cooking utensils and the herbs. What else shall we add? Some bread. Basket with the... oh, we didn't put that down. Let's try that again. A basket with some bread. If we add anything else to that wall there, I think it would close the space in too much. So we've not got a lot of space here to work with. We definitely want a table. I think we're going to have to go for the slightly smaller table. There, look, we can put 3 chairs around it. Let's use the fancy chair. So, 1. This way it doesn't use too much space, you see. And if we put like the corner where the house bends, we could put 2 like benches in there. That will count as 2 chairs. Can I fit? I don't know that I can actually add a... if I try and add a sofa in there, it will block it off. Oh, can we fit one here? Oh. We might be able to fit it here, but that would kind of block the space off again, wouldn't it? I don't think that's going to work. It's just too big. Maybe we could do individual chairs. What size are these? I prefer to go for the like comfy soft chairs rather than go for one of the little chairs. I've only put 2 chairs around the table. I could put a 3rd one if we absolutely need. What do you think? Do we need another one? I don't know. Let's put a couple of rugs in. The seating. There it is. There and here. Yeah. So I'd imagine the house is just for a couple. Maybe an older couple or a young married couple. Either of those would work quite well. We definitely don't have space for more than 2 people. There, can we add the chandelier? See, the chandelier will go on this ceiling. So it's quite hit and miss as to which ceilings the chandelier will go on to. Let me use this nice big fancy painting maybe here for some decorative stuff, decorative touches. How about we put this nice stag head above the bed? Yeah, I quite like that. Yeah. That's pretty nice, isn't it? Well, we're just missing a few more chairs. And we just need one more decoration. How about we put a book on top of here? Yeah, if we add more than that into here, we're going to be running into the it's too cramped now because there's too many things in it, aren't we? I think with the fact that we've got just such a small amount of space, I think that's turned out really nicely. Like I said, you could add a 3rd chair around the table, but I just think it feels a bit too cramped if you did do that. So let's see if we add 2 benches here in this like corner nook. So if we put one on this wall and one on this wall, that's nice. And then we just need an extra one We could just put an extra bench anywhere in the garden, couldn't we? For the final one. How many pieces of... We need 2 garden squares. So if we put the 2 garden squares here, then we could put a bench anywhere in this like corner area so you can actually see your garden. How about along the front fence here? Yeah. Can't line it up with the middle of the garden because that's where my palette is for my collection at the moment, but that's quite nice where it is there. So all we need to do now is just add off a few things for the garden. So we want 4 flowers and 3 trees, but the trees can go anywhere in the plot. They don't have to go in the garden spots, but the flowers do have to go in the garden. Oh, sorry about that. I choked me a little bit. You cannot breathe and swallow at the same time. It doesn't work. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, so if we put a tree... So we just want 2 more trees. So if we put a big tree in the corner over here, then we can put another tree like over here perhaps. But before we put that down, let's have a look at the outside of the house, because as soon as we put that fan one in, it'll be completed. That's quite a cute little house actually. That doesn't take up too much space and it's a really cute little house. Something like that could be a nice addition to our town, couldn't it? And if we add some gardens here and there, then you're getting all that decorative stuff as well. Well, we didn't make a lot on that one, but it was fun building it. So if we go back to the map straight away and have another look at the new city and see what other random thing we can potentially get. So we're just going to just get an idea for what random ideas we can potentially get to rebuild on. Hello, look on the map, yeah. Go to new city. Let's see what we're going to get this time. Ooh, countryside. Well, that's pretty. Okay, quick clean up. Take our resources home. Yes, I think we have seen this particular layout of build. I do remember seeing this one because of where the stairs are. That's how it's more memorable to me. So yeah, we are randomly getting the ones that we had before, but I think the requirements can now be varied based on, I don't know what the algorithms are, but it's a bit more randomised. But yeah, it's nice that you can keep going and you can keep getting different conditions and things. It's a nice playground, isn't it? Am I wrong, or are this outdoor plot, is this a little bit bigger than some of the ones in some of the city plots? It just feels bigger. Or is that because it's green, or is that because it is bigger? Let me know in the comments if you know whether the plots are a different size or if they're all uniform. But this just looks bigger. Right. So if we chop, we've got a lot of trees to chop in this one. Which actually kind of fits, doesn't it? Because we're in like a little wood. So having trees to chop kind of makes sense. Wonder if maybe the person that we're building for is a lumberjack, because we're in like a little forest. So they can take care of the woodland and farm some trees and replant saplings and get their money that way. That would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? There's a lot of trees. Look at that. Loads of trees. Right, let's start collecting. We might need to use the Z to scan the ground because it's a little bit hard to see some of the logs. Right, where's the pallet? Oh, it's over there. I went away from it, not towards it. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. I didn't do it. Right, logs. How many have we got? Oh yes, let's get rid of the tree stumps. Oh, there's more logs here, look. Clean up. Oh, logs. Where's my pallet? There it is. Alright, can we stack that one on top? Yeah. There's another log. Yeah, there it is. I was just going to say I can't see it, but I found it. Right, and then we need the big hammer to destroy these 3. How are we doing? Did I get everything? Oh, there's another one there. Right, let's go in the corner and do a quick scan and see if we missed anything. Yes, there's one over there. Oh, there's one here. Oh, they've gone out of bounds, look, but we can reach that one. Yes, we can reach them both even though they went out of bounds. See, doing the Z scan's very useful in case they go out of bounds. Right, so the stairs. See, it's kind of a cramped edge if you use this edge as the side of the house. So I think we'll extend out so that the stairs are not cramped in. We've already got a front door potentially. Do we want a back door? Yeah, I think we'll have a back door in this corner. And then we're going to want some steps up and down. Shall we try the fancy steps? Oh, we've got the simple stairs there. Do we put simple stairs at the back so that they both match? Yeah, let's do that. Because we're kind of rustic because we're out in the boonies. You know, in the middle of a forest. Let's add some windows. So we'll add 2 at the front, 1 at the back, and 1 on each side. Yeah, I like that. And then let's do the same on the upper story. So we'll put the windows above the windows. Because we've already got stairs, so we have to have an upper story. Otherwise it doesn't make sense. We can have that strange U-shape upstairs again, aren't we, because of the location of the stairs. So that's an interesting space to work with. It's not a standard sort of shape that you usually expect to be using, so we get some like weird variations when we're trying to utilise that space. Yeah, let's have the rough stone this time. It's because we're more rustic, so maybe you'd quarry a lot of the stone yourself, or locals would do it rather than having professionals do it, so it would be a bit more rustic feel, wouldn't it? But it would also be the most sensible building material in this sort of area if you didn't build out of wood. And if you can build out of stone, it's always going to last longer than the wood. Right. What sort of shutter should we use? Should we use the wooden doors with the like metal edging this time? Oh, we're going to have to destroy that door to be able to put the new one in. But yeah, I like the reinforcement with the metal on the doors. And let's pop in the shutters. Make sure we get them in every window as we go around. Nice. See, I'm trying to be very quick today because I just wanted to try and get 2 builds in so we can take a look at the variations that are potentially available. Right, leave space for where the stairs are. Yeah, because we've got the U shape here, so there we go. So the stairs are in the middle, so that gives us a strange shape upstairs. But I really don't like them. I don't really like them squished up against the wall too much. It feels a bit weird sometimes, and we did that in the last episode, so I'd like to have them in the middle so it's a little bit different this time, so that's why I've done it that way. So I think what we want to do with the roof then here is to make it the same material as we did in the floor, so we want to use the rough stone for that, I think. Right, let's double check we've put all the windows and everything in. I think so. We need 3 garden plots, don't we? So I'm just trying to decide where would be sensible to put those. And we don't have a space where we could put all 3 right next to each other, I don't think. So maybe we put 2 here on the back. And then do we put it on the side or do we put it on the front? No, I think we're going to put it here on the front. Yeah. So that's kind of the buildy stuff. We just need a roof. We want 1 tree and 8 flowers. Oh, that's going to be fairly easy, isn't it? Because we've got 3 plots, so I could probably even put our tree in our plot, to be honest. Though you could put the tree anywhere in the garden too, so if we put like 3 plants. Yeah, so if you put 3 plants in one, 3 plants in the second one, and then 2 plants in the tree in the third one, that would fit everything quite nicely and easily, wouldn't it? We're going to go for a few of the sort of like wildy flowery type feel over here, I think. See, I said put 3 in one, 3 in the other, and then 2 in the other, but I'm going to put like 4 in this one, aren't I? See, the tree can go anywhere on the plot. It doesn't have to go in the square plots for garden. It could just go in the corner over here or something like that. In fact, we should probably hold on to the tree to do last, so that will end the build, won't we? If we put a bench at the opposite side to where the garden plot is, and then maybe in the corner we add a fancy well. Because we're out in the sticks, we need a water source just to be sure that we're safe, don't we? Right, we need to do the can I put the... yeah, I can put the chandelier up, even though we haven't filled the roof in. Interesting. Right, let's do the rock. So that's the just standard rough rock, so that all the floors match. There we go. We haven't added a roof. We need to add a roof. What sort of roof should we add, Kitty? We could do the straight up and down V shape, but that's a bit boring, isn't it? We've utilised that quite a lot. How about the one with the windows? I kind of like that idea. If we put it in all the four corners with the windows, and then the straight one in the middle, then the roof's got a lot of detail and looks very different, doesn't it? And we'll make it the same rock. So the house is uniform, it's been rock throughout. And then from balustrade up the top here, because we've got lots of open space that you can fall off, and we don't want people to do that, especially if we've got the bedroom up here and they're groggy. And then go splat! And that wouldn't be fun, would it? No. Right, so let's try the chandelier again. Yeah, so on the plaster roof it actually went up. Is that because the plaster roof was only a one-storey building? Do the chandeliers just not like to go on the second floor? Don't know. Maybe eventually we'll figure that one out. And it's always worth trying things, because sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Because it's not worked in one circumstance doesn't mean it will not work in every other one. And we will use our favourite candlesticks on the wall up here. Let's light all of our candles and chandeliers and things, and then we'll start adding in the list of furniture. And the chandelier down here. Ta-da! Pretty. Right, what would you like? Shall we use like some of these little candlestick, the tall standing ones, for some light downstairs, because we haven't used those very much, have we? That went all wonky, it fell over. Let's stand you up better. Let's light you up. Those are gorgeous, aren't they? Yeah, they're very pretty. We should use those more. Right. I think bedroom upstairs, yeah. And we need 2 beds. So tucked away in this back corner seems to make sense. Let's use the blue ones. Kind of blend quite nicely with the stone floor, won't it? So if we put one in this corner, and then maybe one in this other corner here, so people have got a little bit more privacy, because they've got a bit of separation, not right next to each other. Yeah. It's slightly tight quarters to get past the furniture, but you've got enough space. It's not too bad. And we want closets. We only want one, don't we? So if we put this one here on this big flat wall, and then we want 3 cabinets. So if we could put maybe 2 up here, and then we could put 1 downstairs for like the kitchen area, and that would give us the 3 that we need quite easily, wouldn't it? Yep. We've got some pretty furniture upstairs. And then we want 6 chairs. So if we use, should we use one of those like bench chairs up here maybe? Or should I not? Would that be too much stuff? Maybe we just go for a little bit of decoration. If we utilise some of these shields, because we've used lots and lots of pictures in lots of the other places, so if we use some shields and things in this one, so if we put 2 of those on that wall, and then we use the alternative style of shield, and we put one here, and then the other one can go above the bed over here. Yeah, though we don't want to overuse the pictures, you see. So that gives us like space for one set of person of people there, and space for others over there. So it could be like a family, so you could have 1 or 2 kids in one bed and the parents in the other. So you've got your little family unit out here. Right, so if we put in big table. Now we could put a load of chairs around it and then we've met our quota. Or we could go for something a little bit smaller. I'm just trying to decide where the best location's going to be for things. So we could put like 4 chairs around this, couldn't we? If I can get that to sit under there, that's good, right? So I don't want people to like bash their head under the stairs. And then we could put the like kitchen unit on this wall here. Then I think that's a good utilisation of the space on this side. And then we can make like a lounge area behind where I'm stood at the moment. I wonder if we've got space to be able to add like a fireplace to this one, because we're out in the sticks here and the weather could get bad, couldn't it, at times. Let's put some cooking implements on the wall. I've rotated that the wrong way somehow, haven't I? Yes, that's better. Much better. I could put something on the wall over there. Shall we use... Oh, that's the stag head shield thing. It's more like a crest than a shield, isn't it? But it's very decorative. I think it's quite pretty. Ooh, we don't tend to utilise mirrors because I always wondered. It seems like an extreme extravagance for the time period that the game's supposed to be. But let's try popping one here, shall we? Just want to try and do things a little bit different. So shall we put like a big sofa thing over here and like try and make like a lounge area? How about the black one? We don't not use that very much. I tend to go for the red ones and the burgundy ones and things, don't I? Right, so if we put one there and then one over here, can we put it a little bit like closer to the back door without overlapping the door too much? Yeah. Can we fit in a fireplace? Are any of them small enough to go in that gap? That would be really cool if they would go in the gap, wouldn't they? That's the wrong way around and it might not be enough space. Oh, the black one's much bigger. Right, so the smallest one probably is this white one. Let's try it. So we need to rotate it round and see if we can fit... Oh, we can! Oh, that's unexpected. We haven't utilised the fireplaces very much. I should think about trying to do that more, especially when we're rebuilding our own town. Right, some rugs. And then I think we've pretty much completed everything that the job requires us to do. So the question is whether we just feel like we should add anything else, just to make it prettier. Put a shield here above like the fireplace. It's not centralised on the fireplace, it's centralised on the wall. How does that look? I think that's pretty nice. Look from the other way. Yes, I'm happy with that. It's not overly tweaked. I mean, we could add more decorations and bits and bobs here and there, but I think that's ready for somebody to move in. They can put their own decorative touches and things on it. So let's take a look. See, I do kind of like those little like windows on the roof. It just adds more character to the place, doesn't it? That's really cool. Right, so I think that's everything done then. So if we pop down our final tree, we'll pop off home, and then maybe in the next episode we can start on our own castle. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!